Greetings everyone, this is Connor from DagoraTV, and in this video we're going to be discussing and breaking down the entirety of the EA press conference at E3 2016. Okay, so the EA press conference was the first of 5 major press conferences that was happening at E3 2016. There were 7 that was happening, but I was excluding the PC Gaming Show and Nintendo Treehouse. I was including, the 3 third parties, Ubisoft, EA, Bethesda, and the first parties of Sony and Microsoft. So, we're going to be breaking down all the bits of news and all the little bits of tech and everything that they reveal there, and all the new features that they've announced and all the new systems that we're going to be talking about that they announced at E3. So, the first thing I want to say about the conference was that was fucking shit. E3, been excited for it for a long time. I was waiting for this for kind of like about a couple of months for the first conference to come out, and it was like waking up on Christmas morning and finding out that you got socks from your mum and dad. I mean, Christ, come on. Like, there was really no reason for this conference to exist. There wasn't really anything groundbreaking for them to announce. They didn't really announce anything new other than Faye, but we'll go into that. We'll go into it one by one. So, the first thing they announced was having this 2 different locations thing of LA and London and Peterborough in one, and it was very, very weird, to be honest with you, of how they did it. I could have just have it in one place. I mean, come on, let's get real. I think it was more to do with this EA Play thing of trying to get, because they had this big office in London and things like that, and it's cross-border thing. But I just felt like, it was kind of setting up for disaster, and it didn't break, but it kind of worked well. But all in all, I think it was kind of ineffective, to be honest with you. I think it wasn't really necessary, but we'll go into the games, and the first thing that was announced revealed was Vince Zampella from Respawn Entertainment come out and had a little Titanfall multiplayer demo, and those cool colours, it was kind of more Titanfall, to be honest with you, and you kind of look more of the same, but we have a rope now, or a grappling hook, and you can kill with a grappling hook, which I'm going to miss with every fucking time when I play this game, but there's going to be a multiplayer beta. You can play it at, Titanfall.com for the multiplayer beta and things like that. I'll be talking about more of my opinions on Titanfall in a separate video, but yeah, cool colours and all this kind of stuff. It looked really more of the same what we saw from Titanfall last time. And Titanfall was a good game, don't get me wrong, but there's just going to have to be more there to kind of keep the player lasting. And we're not going to find that stuff until really launch for the full set of features, to be honest with you. But for the full single player campaign, which is a new feature for Titanfall, which we haven't had last time, and we're getting it new this time because people were raving about it, saying we really want a single player campaign to play through in space and things like that, or this futuristic mechanism world that they've got. And to be honest, it looked a lot like Avatar to me, which isn't a bad thing. If you're using these mechs, grind the hell out of them. This is what is separating their game from the things like the Call of Duty and the Battlefields. So I think it looks cool. I think the single player campaign looks fun. It's probably going to be this thing of, the relationship between the mech and yourself, and maybe release your mecha to the wild to let it live. I don't know, but it looks fun. It's coming out October 28th, 2016. You can you can sign up for the multiplayer demo and things like that, and multiplayer beta, sorry, and we'll see kind of more about Titanfall in the near future, but it was a good way to start the conference with Titanfall 2. Not bad, we knew it was happening, get a release date, coming out this year, coming out a week after Battlefield 1, and a week before Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, so it's going to be interesting to see how it does. But we then go into the beginning of the arbitrary sports section with Madden 17, and it seems very similar to before, new commentary team, but other than that, it seems very much the same. It looks pretty, it was a fun little demo, and then we get to this kind of like documentary thing of that Madden challenge series of like the best player in the world talking and things like that, and I could have done without it, to be honest with you, because I didn't really care, but a lot of people like Madden and like the esport there, so it's not for me. I can understand that, but the EA are offering 1 million in total prize fund, which is a hell of a lot of money, and there's going to be 4 EA majors, which is kind of like golf, like there's the EA Bowl and like the EA Open and things like that, where these are the major events, and they've also got challenge series and things like that going on with Madden. So if you're a Madden esports fan, get excited, get hyped, there's a lot there for you. Also with esports, there's these things called challenge events, which is basically the crap of the esports are going to be playing in to kind of rise through the ranks. So there's the Premier Series, which is like large-scale events that are going to be going on in towns and cities. And then there's also like the EA Majors, and there's going to be 4 of these, which are the marquee live events. And the first one is for Madden 16, obviously, and this is going to be the EA Play that weekend at E3. So those 8 players are the best in the world, apparently, and they were playing Madden. Great, lovely, cool. We get Mass Effect, which I was very fucking disappointed by. I was excited to see some stuff of Andromeda, see some gameplay, hopefully get a guy on there 10 minutes, just go around, see some of the new stuff, but we didn't get that. No, we just got Aaron Flynn of Mass Effect just come out saying that It's going to be on the Andromeda Galaxy, which we pretty much already knew. We knew it was going to be this Pathfinder kind of person, and he says there's going to be new tech, new species, and we are actually the alien and things like that, which all sounds very cool. Show us it though. I want to see some stuff. This game's coming out in like Q1 next year, and we haven't really seen anything of it yet, which has got me very worried and should get Mass Effect fans worried, in my opinion. Because I mean, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, come on. Like, it's so close to Mass Effect coming out. Like, it's not even, we're less than a year, and we haven't really seen any official proper gameplay yet. Show us it, Mass Effect, come on. I mean, this could have been the big thing for them to finish with, Mass Effect is a massive series, and it's going in a new direction, and it should be showcasing it a lot more than going like, yeah, it's happening, you're an alien in Andromeda, cool, great, lovely. But hey, it's powered by Frostbite engine, which is the customary EA engine, which they use for a lot of games, and especially this year, there's a lot of games going under the Frostbite engine, and Mass Effect is one of them. So it's going to be interesting to see how cool it looks. The car looked cool and things like that. Some of the new species, I just wanted to see more. I was disappointed with the Mass Effect presentation, to be honest. Then EA went into this Play to Give thing where they've partnered with some charities like Hifishi, Code, Special Effects, and the National Centre of Women, all very good charities. And it says that they're going to have a ton of challenges every so often for these events. And then once these challenges are done and people go in to play them and things like that, they're going to be donating $1 million to these, to these charities at the end of every turn of these challenges, which I think is a very good move. I think it's a very good system. EA are trying to shake off this we are the bad guy image for, trying to give to charity. I think it's a very good move, to be honest with you. It's going to get people, going back to the game too, because they're supporting the charity, and, also the funding charities as well, a good system. So he's kind of killing two birds with one stone. Then we get into FIFA. Okay, I'm interested in FIFA, but I know a lot of you aren't, so I won't go into it too much. We get to play as Alex Hunter in the story. Alex Hunter, the actor, I think, come on stage, he did some really corny, shitty acting, which I could have done without, to be honest with you. But it's an actual single-player campaign we're getting this time called The Journey, where we play as a player who goes and plays for a Premier League club. We have to play as Alex Hunter, but we can choose which Premier League club to go as. It would have been cool if we could make your own character, but hey, it's a change. It's something different. I'm excited about that. Then we have Aaron McCarty kind of come out, talk about the game and things like that, and the managers in the game and everything. This was after Jose Mourinho come out with Peter Moore, just to, collect his paycheck, Jose, go get your paycheck. But Aaron McCarty was talking about some of the new stuff with EA. The Journey thing is obviously the big thing that people are getting excited about. That's why they're using the Frostbite engine this year. It's a new thing. Further and all that great stuff, which I think is fantastic. But also, there's also having these new set pieces rewrite and all the general bullshit of attacking moves and all this great stuff, which is the same every year, and we never get really anything new of all that stuff, to be honest with you. It's just, they say this generic bullshit, but in reality, the new thing this year is the journey and the new set pieces, which is great, which is cool, and I'm going to be looking forward to playing through all of that. Then we get Patrick Soderlund of EA Studios, who's part of the EA Originals project, and saying that this is going to be a new project to publish independent developers, and all profit is going to be going back to the devs. That's what he said at the conference. I don't know how true that's going to be, but if so, very good move from EA again. This they've got the goods, EA. They just didn't present the conference well, in my opinion. I just felt like all this stuff is good news and everything, but all in all, I think it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of keep up to the word. Then we've got Zoink Studios coming out, which is basically, a new independent studio to come out and announce Fee. And this is a game that's kind of, you're in a forest, and, there's bad guys can go and chop down the forest because you're trying to keep nature, and there's music and everything. It looked cool. It looked a lot of fun. I'm very interested in this game. I think the music around was all good. It looked very pretty. I like the aesthetic of it, but I think a lot of people would have gone to sleep around it, but not me. This was probably the most interesting part of the conference to me, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to Fee. Then we get into Shit Wars. Sorry, not Shit Wars. Sorry, Star Wars. We get to Star Wars. Sorry about that, everyone. But Jade Raymond come out, was talking about some of the new Star Wars projects that they've got. Didn't really announce everything, just showed that Visceral at Amy Hennig is definitely working on one. They showed that Respawn is working on something. They showed that this is going to be Star Wars Battlefront 2 probably next year. That's going to be conjuncted with Motive Studios and DICE. And Visceral is definitely kind of making it look like what it seems like a third-person kind of action-adventure RPG-like kind of thing, which is cool. I'll be looking at that, even though I'm not interested in Star Wars. I think the little tiny bits of stuff that made it look the game really pretty, and I think it looked interesting, but all in all, announce something, reveal something, come on, Christ. But, hey, shows why, the little stuff they had at EA, they show as a press conference. It kind of goes in this trend of EA, like one year they have stuff to announce and really cool things to say, and then another year they've got nothing. It kind of goes in this cycle, but hey. And then we get to the last stuff of Battlefield 1, where Patrick Söderlund comes out, reveals a trailer of it all and everything, which I've seen about 20 times throughout this E3 so far. And then Patrick Beck, the DICE general manager, comes out and talks about improved destruction, dynamic weather, how behemoths can be controlled, and how we saw in the gameplay live stream they had afterwards with Zac Efron, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Wiz Khalifa, all them good people playing with at the end of these behemoths, or these these Zeppelins in the sky can be destroyed, and when they're destroyed you actually play amongst the skeleton, and this is the biggest vehicle apparently in a Battlefield game that they've ever had, which is really cool. The gameplay for Battlefield 1 and the campaign stuff that they've been showing, in the trailers looks phenomenal for Battlefield. I think it looks really cool. I'm very excited to get in it. I know my friend George, who comes on the GNM podcast, this is his most anticipated game of the year. He's very excited for it, and it's coming out October 21st. So I'm looking forward to seeing more about Battlefield. The live stream that they showed was cool, it was great, and there's going to be me talking about that much more in another video. But I just wanted to do a quick rundown of the conference for people who didn't really see it. I just wanted to kind of recap the conference, and we'll definitely be seeing really more stuff and all this stuff in the future. But all in all, the most disappointing conference of the lot, in my opinion, and please, God, why do a conference when you've got this little stuff to talk about? But hey, we've got it out of the way. So we've got Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at DagoraTV. If you want to follow me on Twitch, again, DagoraTV over there, and also on Patreon. We've got a lot of stuff regarding E3, a hell of a lot more stuff to come out, and a lot more good conferences to talk about as well. So thanks all for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.